Are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
All right. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration expert, a self-esteem development fanatic, starting with my own. And our whole purpose here is to help you go further, fast, with less effort. AKA, we just want to help you make more money with your business. I love telling people your business is worth way more than you think. It's worth way more than you think. Your business is worth way more than you think, but a lot of us weren't really taught the science and the art of entrepreneurship, what we call entrepreneur literacy. As a matter of fact, if you follow me on Instagram at Mr. Haziq Ali, on Instagram, it's Mr. Haziq Ali, then you'll see I got all kinds of entrepreneur literacy tips for you. I got all kinds of entrepreneur literacy vibes that you'll be able to get into. I highly recommend that you kind of like get into it. But right now it's time for you to rep your city. Let them know what kind of business you have, how you help people. Good morning, millionaires. Make sure you're sharing this thing. This weekend we have the Kaizen Academy. We're doing a series we call Prospects on Demand. Class number 1 is about finding qualified prospects who are ready to go. Class number 2 is about killing skepticism and creating trust a lot quicker. And then class number 3 is about nothing but getting more appointments. So it's a 3-part series. You're invited to join us this Saturday at 7 p.m. But if you can't be there live, you will get the replay. We want to invite you officially to come and join the Kaizen Academy. Yeah, good morning, Ken. Hope you're feeling good, Ken. Yeah, what's up, Rosie? We missed you last night, Queen. Missed you too, Tammy. Y'all got to set y'all alarm clock. What's up, Eric? Let's go, Vanessa. All right, let's get it, y'all. Make sure you spread the word. Go and tag 3 entrepreneurs, Suzanne. Send us the 3 entrepreneurs, Michelle, and then come back and holler at us. Michelle, woo, we had a good meeting last night, didn't we, Michelle? That was good. Angel Price is in the house. Good morning, Queen. Let's go. Yeah, Tulsa's in the building. Yeah, my man Daryl made it out last night. That's what I'm talking about. Samaya, what's up? Make sure you tag 3 people or send 3 people that YouTube link, Queen. What's up, Mrs. Goins? Let's go. I know me and you meeting a little bit later today, a little bit later this morning. What's up, Sharice? Let's go. So this morning we're talking about these patterns that a lot of people don't recognize in their lives, you know what I mean, and in their thoughts. If you want to get more hold on it, then make sure you join our newsletter. Every single Friday at 3:30 p.m., we put out a newsletter we call Entrepreneurishment. Same name as our Facebook group, Entrepreneurishment. And it's got a mindset section, a heart set section, and it's got a skill set section. Today's would fall underneath mindset because we're literally talking about thoughts that many people have that keep you playing small. As an entrepreneur, it is your thoughts about yourself. It's your self-image. It's the way that you are picturing yourself that's keeping you playing small. And in a lot of these recent times, when you're reading these books and you're listening to podcasts, et cetera, so forth, you'll notice that the topic of the power of thoughts is getting more and more trendy, right? People are starting to really look at thoughts and how they affect human potential, right? And we're saying both in the lab and in the real world. These studies have slowly but surely started to make it undeniable that people like Wayne Dyer and Louise Hay, ain't just tripping out here. Literally, your thoughts become things. Our thoughts are incredibly powerful and begin to create the reality through which we experience our lives. I mean, we've all had it happen where we look at something and we see it as trash. Someone else looks at it and sees it as treasure, or vice versa. And then we've all recognized the phenomenon that once we believe that about a thing, that becomes our perspective about how to treat it. And changing somebody's thoughts to embrace more empowering ones sounds easy. It sounds easy. At the end of the day, though, everything sounds easy. Everything's always easier said than done. That's why they say in the final equation, more is usually said than done, But the bottom line is, if you entertain the wrong thoughts, it's going to lead you to self-sabotage. It's going to lead you to things like imposter syndrome. It's going to lead you to missing your potential. So what I got for you this morning is 4 different thoughts that I want you to stay away from. They seem harmless on the surface. And once you accept it, though, it's like you just took a poison pill, right? All it does is keep people playing small. These thoughts that I'm about to share with you. You ready? So the number 4 thought that I want you to write down and kind of forget completely about is it's lonely at the top, or whatever version of it you use. Any of y'all ever thought that before? It's lonely at the top. Oh, it's gonna be, weird when I'm on top. How are my friends gonna look at me? Yeah. Wellness Depot in the house. The 3 M's: your mind, your muscles, and your money. I love that. The Wellness Depot in the house. What's up, Tanisha? Anybody ever had a thought like that, right? It's no secret that we're tribal creatures, right? It's no secret we always going to want to hang out with our friends, et cetera, so forth. We were made to live in communities. We were made to support each other, right? In the mind, community means safety. In the mind, community means survival. In the mind, community needs growth. That's perfectly normal, okay? The problem is we don't recognize where that comes from, and therefore we don't recognize that's a thought that no longer really has a place. There was a time when we were in tribes that to be ostracized meant you died, because if I'm not in a tribe no more, then who's going to watch my back while I'm sleeping? Who's going to help me hunt, especially the big game that can feed my family? I must stay in this tribe. We ain't in them times no more, y'all, right? And when we buy into this notion that it's lonely at the top and, I'll be kicked out of my tribe, et cetera, so forth, what we're doing is activating one of our most primal fears, right? And we're making that primal fear all of a sudden work against us. This fear of being alone, right? Of having to possibly be rejected, having to reject or let go of the people we love. It leads to a fear that we won't survive on our own. This sets the fear center of the mind. They call it the amygdala, if you care, right? If the amygdala, right? And what happens is the amygdala, which is lizard brain, which basically controls high school thoughts, hungry, okay, scared, okay, horny, okay. All of these are lizard brain amygdala thoughts, right? And what it does is once we start accepting thoughts like that, we go into lockdown. Now we sabotage our success to maintain relationships that are probably holding me back, or to maintain relationships that we feel we rely on. We feel we need it. Is that making sense? Here's what we're saying instead. Recognize that success is defined on our terms. And yeah, the journey to success is going to help us grow. It's going to improve many aspects of ourselves, right? But we can also choose to improve the relationships around us. We can also choose to see ourselves as being a catalyst to change for the people around us. We're not competing with them. If anything, if they start to step their game up, we can collaborate with them. If anything, we can make this thing a family thing. If anything, we can make this something where together the ants can conquer the lion. Every moment we spend is another choice. We have the choice to spend this time that we got however we want. Just like making money and growing a business requires effort, so does maintaining relationships that we care about, making sure that we bring people along on a journey. We can do that. It don't have to be lonely at the top. Somebody say, man, it's got to be lonely at the bottom. I'm going to tell you something. That's all a trick of the enemy. You hear what I'm saying to you? It's lonely at the top. It's got to be lonely below. You hear me? It's got to be. Now, I know misery loves company, but that's still lonely. That's still lonely. You hear what I'm saying? Nah, man, I choose growth. Somebody give it to me in the comments. I choose growth. I choose growth. Check it out. Every thought we think is creating our future. Every thought we think is creating our future. Let them know. Let them know. Every thought we think is creating our future. Yeah, it's lonely at the bottom. It's got to be, Mrs. Goins. Let them know. Yeah, Tammy, we don't compete. We collaborate. We don't compete. We collaborate. That's exactly right. Yeah, Alan, change is inevitable. It's progress that's optional. It's progress that's optional. Dr. Marilyn, I really appreciate that. Last night I gave a whole talk on the history and the mystery of wealth. A lot of people are trying to make money today in the past. Some people will get that. Some people will get that. Some won't. Appreciate that, Crystal. A lot of people ain't making the money that they should make because they're still trying to do it in the past. Yeah, Michelle, I choose growth. Proud of you, Queen. Proud of you, Queen. I choose growth. Let's get it, Vanessa. Yeah, Jerry, I choose growth. That's exactly right, Sharice. I choose growth. Let's go. Let's go. Here's the second thought I got for you. I can't do it. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. Anybody ever thought that one before? I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. Check it out, y'all. That's thought number 3 I got for you today. If the fourth one was it's lonely at the top, then on this countdown we're doing, number 3 I got for you is I can't do this. Check this out, y'all. What I need you to understand about this I can't do this thing is that there's only one belief that matters. Somebody write this down in your notes. Here's the one core belief. This is the one belief that matters. You can, accept all the other crap you want to accept. If you can just believe this one thought, your whole life going to change. Everything's going to be different. You're going to look at everything differently because you're going to be different. You're going to see things different because you become different. It's all based on this one belief. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Here we go. Here we go. Here's the one belief that matters. If I pour time and energy into getting better at something, I will actually get better at it. That's the one belief that matters. If I will put time and energy into getting better at something, I will actually get better at it. That's the one belief that matters. I dare you write that in your notes. I implore you to write that down, y'all. I implore you to write that down. Listen to me, y'all. This is the one belief that matters. If I pour time and energy into getting better at something, I will actually get better at it. Can somebody type that out for me? That's a great caption to put on top of this training as you share it with your Facebook group or as you share it with your timeline. This is a great caption to put up so that next year in your memories, this training comes up and you can remind yourself. Share this right now, y'all. The one belief that matters. If I pour enough time and energy into getting better at a thing, if I will just pour time and energy into getting better at a thing, I will actually get better at it. Let's go, Rosie. Let's go, Rosie. All right. Here's thought number 2. Everybody with me? Here's thought number 2. Yeah, appreciate that, Hakeem. Appreciate that, King. Let's go. Let's go. If somebody invited you here, they got love for you. Yeah, Gwen, I choose growth. I choose growth. This is the belief that matters, Tammy. This is the belief that matters. This is the only belief that matters, y'all. If I pour time and energy into something, I will actually get better. Here's thought number 2 I got for you. Be realistic. That's the next thought that holds people back. Be realistic. Being realistic is the enemy to entrepreneurship. Don't you know the definition of entrepreneurship is the pursuit of opportunity without regard to the resources currently controlled? To be realistic means to put a limitation. To be realistic means to put a ceiling on what you're capable of achieving. And what's realistic depends completely on what you believe. What's your belief system, right? How do you see the world around you? How do you see the world within? Be realistic. Check it out. Society has never in history been moved forward towards the innovation and the technological advances that are standard in our country and in our world. They're the reason that we're the number 1 superpower in the world. A lot of it has to do with innovation, okay? That'll never happen because people were being realistic. It was once scientifically fact that a human being could not run a 4-minute mile until Roger Bannister, who was a part-time shoe employee, he wasn't even at the place on a running scholarship. You hear what I'm saying to you? He broke the 4-minute mile. And once he did it in 1954, but since he broke the 4-minute mile, thousands of other people around the world have done it. I'm talking about people in high school that broke the 4-minute mile. It was unreal. And side note, Roger Bannister was so impacted by this and affected by this that the man became a neuroscientist. Have y'all seen my TED Talk? I'm gonna put my TED Talk in the comments. If you never saw it, this is my TED Talk right here. And I think you'll get something out of it. If you're watching on YouTube, it just showed up. If you're watching on the Facebook page, it just now showed up, right? If you watch it, I'll break it down a lot further. But Roger Bannister became a neuroscientist. They call him Sir Roger Bannister because he was knighted by the royals in England and all of that. I mean, this is a real big deal. It's wild more people don't know about it. But the reason I share that with you is that he didn't become a professional athlete. He didn't even become a professional runner, not a wide receiver, nothing like that. He went and became a neuroscientist because he's like, yo, all I did was picture myself breaking the 4-minute mile. I just kept seeing 3:59, 3:59. I made it, so I drilled that into my brain, and then he crossed the finish line, and there was 3:59 on the sign. Y'all with me? Another one, it was unrealistic to think that humans could fly across oceans in metal tubes until the Wright brothers pulled it off. The Wright brothers invented airplanes, but what they would do, right, is they would come out to Kitty Hawk. They would come out to the beach at Kitty Hawk every day with enough material to crash 5 times, right? They were going to fail their ways to success. Somebody say, I can fail my way to success. I can fail my way to success. Early computer salespeople, they were told that computers was just a phase. Now, of course, we know you can find one in almost every home, every business, and in every pocket or purse, right? We know even our phones are these incredible home computers, right? Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? Check it out, y'all. At the end of the day, when entrepreneurs buy into the notion of being realistic, they let their fears and their limiting beliefs tell them what's possible. Instead, believe in the extraordinary. Believe in your potential to make it. Does that make sense, y'all? Okay, appreciate that, Tammy. That ain't a bad way to introduce your boy. That ain't a bad way to introduce your boy. If somebody needs a TED Talk, then I'll send it to you, et cetera, and so forth. That's right, Deborah. I can fail my way to success. I can fail my way to success, Jerry. Let's get it. Failure is just a stepping stone. That's exactly right. And then here's thought number 1. Boy, this is one of the most insidious ones that we've shared this morning. I want you to pray this one off yourself, yo. This is a wild one right here. Anybody ever thought this to themselves in some way, shape, form, or fashion? If I'm grateful for what I have, I'll lose motivation to achieve more. If I'm grateful for what I have, I'll lose the motivation to achieve more. Check this out, y'all. That is a thought holding you back. That's a thought that's holding you back. You hear me? Experiencing gratitude for what you have and what you've achieved will not lead you to complacency. It will not lead you to a lack of motivation to grow. As a matter of fact, it's the exact opposite. Right? Gratitude is the gateway to prosperity. Can somebody get that to me? Gratitude is the gateway to prosperity. Can somebody type that in? Can somebody write that in their power book? Gratitude is the gateway to prosperity. Our unconscious mind, specifically something called the reticular activation system, is designed to seek out more of what we focus on. Gratitude is the gateway to prosperity because our reticular activation system is designed, this portion of our minds is designed to seek out more of what we focus on. When we focus on making money, we're continually searching for more ways to make money. When we focus on gratitude, we unconsciously search for more ways to be grateful or more things to be grateful for, right? Everybody with me? Therefore, the more gratitude we experience, millionaires, the more motivation we'll have to continue to grow, the more motivation we'll have to continue to achieve. Buddha said, nothing can harm you as much as your unguarded thoughts. Winston Churchill said, the price of greatness is responsibility for one's thoughts. I'm going to say both of those quotes again because you may want to write them down. This is the kind of stuff we send you in the newsletter every single week. So if you haven't joined the newsletter, make sure you go to millionaireminded.com and put your name and your email in the box. Nothing can harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. Or that was Buddha. But yeah, focus is a force multiplier. That's exactly right. Check it out, y'all. Gratitude is the gateway to prosperity. That's right. Gratitude is my attitude. I love that. I love that, Kiwi. Gratitude is the gateway to prosperity. That's exactly right. Let's get it. The price of greatness is responsibility for one's own thoughts. Winston Churchill said that way before Wayne Dyer, way before The Strangest Secret came out, way before Think and Grow Rich. Winston Churchill was like, the price of greatness is responsibility for one's own thoughts. There's a neuroscientist named Andrew Huberman, right? He was at Stanford University. And what he discovered was that when we begin to celebrate our wins, when we begin to practice gratitude, it leads to having more overall energy, right? Where we're constantly in hustle mode, striving to achieve more and more. Our bodies continue to produce more cortisol and adrenaline and what they call noradrenaline, right? And this combination of chemicals is what depletes our mental and physical energy. But when your gratitude, when your gratitude takes over, if you've ever experienced a hit of adrenaline, right? Instead of mixing them all together, jumping out of a plane, or if you've ever dealt with an emergency, you know about adrenaline. You experience that initial hit of clarity, but all of a sudden your focus, your energy and strength gets depleted and you're exhausted. Oh, you get extra energy at first, you get extra focus, extra strength at first, but before you know it, you find yourself exhausted, right? But dopamine, on the other hand, serotonin, on the other hand, it starts to buffer the effects of these stress hormones. You ever seen somebody who, when they get stressed, they start scrolling on their phone? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Somebody gets stressed and then they start scrolling on their phone. Anybody know what I'm talking about? That's because you get dopamine. You get little shots of cheap dopamine because somebody liked that post earlier. You get shots of cheap dopamine when you see something new. Here's somebody's new post. It's like, oh, I've never seen this meme. I've never seen this picture. What did they have for lunch? I've never seen that particular lunch organized that particular way on that particular plate. It's all new. It's cheap, right? And dopamine is released in the body when we celebrate our wins. It's not supposed to just come from you getting a like, but that's what we do. We harm ourselves with a bunch of bad, cheap dopamine. Yeah, Simone know what I'm talking about. Serotonin, though, is released when we feel grateful for anything in life. That's when you release serotonin. So, moving forward, let's start celebrating our daily wins. Let's find time to practice gratitude for what we already have so we can ride that wave of energy and motivation to the next win. And then the next win after that. Am I making sense, y'all? Millionaires, the price of greatness is responsibility for one's own thoughts. The price of greatness is responsibility for one's own thoughts. This is a big deal. The price of greatness is responsibility for one's own thoughts. I hope you got something out of this morning. It's affirmation time. I want to challenge you to try out affirmations this morning. Miracles don't go where they're wanted, y'all. Miracles go where they are expected. You hear me? Miracles don't go where they're wanted. Miracles go where they are expected. Can I get a witness? Miracles go where they are expected. Am I making sense to somebody out there? Miracles don't go where they're wanted. Miracles go where they are expected. You hear what I'm saying? And praise creates the atmosphere for miracles. Praise creates the atmosphere for miracles. So let's get it. Let's get it. Call in right now. Call in right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. You ready? All right, repeat after me. Say it like you mean it.